Thank you for joining us. We have a special report. I'm Evan Simkowitz. I'm joined in studio today by a special guest. We have Nate Handrahan, head coach of the women's ice hockey team. Coach, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I think the most interesting thing about your season thus far is your longest losing streak is 3 games, and your longest win streak is 6. And in that 6-game win streak, your team amazingly only allowed 3 goals, and you scored 20. But you then followed up that win streak with back-to-back 1-0 losses here at home, which I think is sort of an inconsistency. I'd imagine that coming home for a weekend series is exactly what you want coming off of a 6-game win streak. How do you manage that? What stands out to you as things that happen in a situation like that?
Well, first of all, throughout the course of the season, we've done a really good job of playing defense and giving up low totals of shots. And certainly from a goals perspective, anytime you give up 1 goal in a game, you expect to have an opportunity to win. We're proud of the 6-game streak that we put together. Coming home, we felt real confident heading into those games. North Dakota's historically been a pretty solid team in our league, and to play them real close 1-0 games, you obviously want to come out with a win total and extend your streak. That said, the puck didn't bounce for us the way that we needed to. We played solid D, but needed to get one more than they did.
You mentioned North Dakota, and I think that the landscape of women's hockey in this country is very similar to it is in men's, in that there are the premier programs. Boston College, Boston University, Minnesota, a little more regional for us. When you have teams like that on the schedule, and maybe when you beat them if you otherwise weren't expected to, do you chalk it up to bounces, or do you like to say it was coaching, or it was the skill of your guys just being better on one night? What is it?
Well, across college hockey, I think that you need to be prepared to play your very, very best every single night. Playing in the WCHA, which is the class of college hockey, we have the best teams in the country. Of our 8 teams in conference right now, 17 wins. It was us in 6th place, and that would put us in the top 2 or 3 in every other conference in the country. Our conference's winning percentage is almost 750, above 750 against all the other conferences. Not another conference has above a 500 winning percentage. So that said, with us playing so few non-conference games, you have to be prepared, and our players are very prepared to go out and have success, but the margins are very slim. They can boil down to whether it is a bounce. More often than not, it's an effort play. It's something that you try and prepare for every day, but the players have to go on the ice and execute. And the old adage is, players win games and coaches lose them. So, I'll bear the brunt of that.
I know a couple coaches I would agree with you on, I think. I wonder, you mentioned that it's a very short non-conference schedule. Mm-hmm. And the number of wins, 17, would be in any other conference, 2nd, 3rd best, maybe 1st best. But when you're in 6th place with 17 wins, does that make the season a sprint more than a marathon?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I think inside of our conference, you have to prepare yourself to play your very best every single weekend. It challenges you to the depths of your ability as a player and as a coach. You cannot overlook a single opponent in league, or you're gonna face the consequences of that, which oftentimes is a loss. So I think our history speaks for itself. I think this year is no different with having so many teams competitive. Those top 6 teams are all considered top teams in the country and inside the top 12 as far as teams under consideration for the national tournament.
In one sentence or 2, expectations for the rest of the season heading into tournament play.
Go get it. We have a head-to-head series with Duluth, who we're trying to catch, is 2 points ahead of us. It's our last series of the year. It's going to make the difference between whether we're at home ice or we're traveling on the road for the first round of WCHA.
How much of an advantage will home ice be?
I think it's always big when you can sleep in your own bed and the other team has to deal with travel and weather and all the things that go along with that. I think it's big. It's been a goal of ours all year.